Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I want to celebrate National Ash Ketchum Day, which is the day that Ash finally won the Alola League. So as I have my very own series ranking all of Ash's various battles in leagues and gyms, I thought this would be a perfect video, top 10 Ash Ketchum battles in the entire anime. This is going to be a little bit different to my battle rankings. I usually break down the play-by-play in them, but in this video I'm just going to talk about the significance of the battle as a whole and how it impacted the anime. So I hope you guys enjoy. Coming in number 10 is Ash vs Claire, one of Ash's best ever gym battles in my opinion against the Blackthorn gym leader Claire. It was a toss up between this and Maylene, so if there was a top 11 then Maylene would probably come in 11th place. This battle was huge for Ash. It was his last gym battle in the original series, and it was built up fantastically, being stretched out to a 5-part arc. It also marked the return of Ash's Charizard, which was a big deal. Sure, Charizard got used quite a lot, but before this battle we hadn't really seen it do much after learning to obey Ash. Ash used Pikachu, Snorlax and Charizard in this battle, and these honestly felt like his 3 strongest Pokemon at this point, so it was perfectly picked, and they all performed really well, each getting their own moments to shine. And Charizard finished it all up against Claire's Dragonair. It helped that we'd seen Claire's Dragonair's development over the few episodes that came before it as well, which just added to the plot points in this battle. Coming in number 9 is Ash vs Drake, another battle from the original series, and this battle was the first ever full 6-on-6 battle in the anime, and Ash's first as well, and he won it. Up until now we hadn't really seen Pokemon battling at its full potential in the anime. Ash's Kanto gym battles were a bit sloppy, the league had some nice moments but it ended on a very sour note, so we really needed this battle to come along and show us that the anime can give us some epic moments like this. Drake was also a cool character. He was so bigged up, he was said to have never lost, and some trainers didn't even make it past his Ditto. And then he had his menacing Dragonite looming over Ash the whole time, completely throwing Ash's team balance off. Ash held his own right up until the end, managing to dwindle down Drake's team and finally take out his powerful Dragonite. This was a huge win for Ash, and to this day remains one of his biggest achievements. Coming in number 8 is Ash vs Clement. The highest ranking gym battle on this list goes to this one. Ash has always had gym leaders as his companions, from Brock and Misty to Silent and Iris, and then came along Clement, but this time it was different. He didn't battle him in an official battle right at the start of the anime, like he did with Brock, Misty and Silent. This battle was built up a lot more.
I'll be waiting at the Lumiose gym!
Ash had to come back and face Clement for his 5th gym badge, and Clement was even training himself for this battle. He left the group to go make sure he was prepared for Ash. He wanted to make it an incredible battle between 2 friends with no holding back, and it was. You could see how much they were both putting into this battle. It was truly an excellent show of their friendship and how much they both prepared for this, and the animation of X and Y made it so much better. Number 7 is Ash vs Alan. Back to X and Y, and it's the final battle of the Kalos League, a battle that made a lot of people upset and disappointed, and maybe I can understand why so many people felt this way, but it doesn't change the fact that it was still an incredible battle despite Ash losing. And this is the only battle on the entire list where Ash does lose. It's the only league that brought us all the way to the final Pokemon being Elaine's Charizard, to have Ash lose right at the end. So it was a massive moment for the Pokemon anime, but it has more than earned this spot this high, as the animation, the Pokemon used, the strategies, and just everything about this battle was incredible. Ash's fierce rivalry with Alan pushed them both to their limits, and it's a shame that Ash didn't get the win, but Alan deserved to win. He proved his strength so many times, taking down so many strong trainers and Pokemon, so I have no complaints on how the battle ended. Coming in number 6 is Ash vs Brandon. This battle was the finale to an awesome Battle Frontier series, where Ash takes on Brandon for the 3rd time after losing twice before. The guy who owns all 3 of the Reggie Pokemon. Now it's a shame Brandon didn't use all 3 of them in this battle, but I'm guessing that was just because he didn't want to blow Ash away. He still wanted it to be a fair match, unlike Tobias. The main positive this battle had was the fact that Ash brought together his original team. Pikachu, Charizard, Squirtle and Bulbasaur, the 4 Kanto Pokemon that he relied on the most, and some of his most trusted Pokemon. It felt like the end of an era in a way, with all his past accomplishments and training finally paying off in this battle. Brandon was the final test in the Battle Frontier, and Ash worked so hard to overcome him. I often say this could have been Ash's last battle in the Pokemon anime, if they decided to go that way. He was even offered a role as a frontier brain. It could have been the end. Beating Gary and then beating Brandon would have been a fitting ending for Ash, but I'm glad that didn't happen, but this battle will always be iconic. Coming in number 5 is Ash vs Sawyer. This is my favourite battle from Kalos. I always change up which one I like more, Alan or Sawyer, but at the minute I'm confidently saying Sawyer was my favourite of the two rivals. Sawyer was behind Ash for the entire anime. He was constantly looking up to him as a mentor, and he was hoping that one day he could beat him. He reminded me a little bit of Wally from the Hoenn games, and of course Sawyer was from Hoenn, my favourite region, so there's probably a little bit of bias here, but I loved his rivalry with Ash, and it was different to a lot of rivals that had come before it. And the final climactic battle was incredible. Seeing Ash Greninja's final showdown against Sawyer's Mega Sceptile was excellent. Overall, I just loved this battle. In 4th place is Ash vs Gladion. What can I say about this battle and the moment that hasn't been said already? It was Ash's final Alola League battle against his main rival of the Sun and Moon series, Gladion. Yes, it was only a 3-on-3 and not a 6-on-6 like most final battles are, but I was fine with that. Ash finally won the league. Everything that he has learned and led up to this one moment, a moment that broke the internet and made even mainstream news channels talk about it. Over 20 long years, our boy finally won the league, and it was hype. The battle was awesome. It was really deserving of a final league battle. The animation was great, the music was great, and the final showdown with Ash's Lycanroc taking on Gladion's Lycanroc was epic.
Congratulations, champion.
Thanks, Gladion. Great battle.
Some people might say it should have been a little bit higher, but like I said before, the fact it wasn't a 6-on-6 holds the battle back itself from being the best, but the battle after certainly made up for that. In 3rd place is Ash vs Gary. Ash going up against his childhood rival, his first ever rival, the person that teased and mocked him growing up, Gary Oak. I've spoken about this battle so much recently on my channel, in the Johto League battle rankings, and also on Twitter. The battle was one of the best we've seen, not because the animation was great or how well it looks. It doesn't really hold up to the battles nowadays, but it has so much more going for it in the sense of the rivalry between Ash and Gary was so strong, and this battle had been built up for so many years and episodes. We hadn't even seen who Gary's starter was until this battle. It just felt like they had so much time to build this battle up, and although Gary didn't appear in that many episodes in the original series, his presence was always felt. Ash always felt he was falling behind Gary and constantly wanted to just beat the guy, and for him to finally get this win here in the Johto League was truly an epic conclusion to their rivalry.
You know, I feel like I got a whole lot stronger by battling with you today.
Me too. I'll cheer for you in your second match.
Thanks.
Good luck.
In 2nd place is Ash vs Kakui. Oh my god, this was hard to choose, so please don't murder me in the comments below. This battle is absolute gold, and it might just be the greatest battle in the history of the anime, but it's 2nd place because I felt like the one above it just means a little bit more to me on a personal level. But that takes nothing away from this battle. It was epic. Kakui's Pokemon was so strong, his team pushed Ash to his maximum. Each of Ash's Alola team members had to overcome its own struggle in this battle. They each had something to do. It wasn't like some of the previous battles where we were waiting for Ash's ace showdown to begin, Charizard versus Blastoise, Greninja versus Sceptile. It was so different to all the other Climax 6-on-6 battles, where each of his Pokemon did so much for this battle, and then the epic finale where instead of Kakui using his 6 Pokemon, Tapu Koko appears because he wants to battle Ash's Pikachu one last time. It was so awesome. It was like it was set up from day one. The animation, the music, everything about this battle was the best we've ever got in Pokemon. Visually, it was stunning to watch, and it's going to be hard to top in that way. Pokemon Journeys has the impossible task of making Ash vs Leon's final battle be better than this, and I don't think they can. This stands on its own as a real moment of history for the Pokemon anime. But coming in 1st place is of course Ash vs Tripp. This battle took things to the next level. The storyline of Ash's Pikachu not being able to use electric attacks was epic, and then in came Tripp, a brand new trainer, just picked up his Snivy to show Ash how things work in the Unova region. Yeah, just kidding. It's Ash vs Paul, obviously. Of course, number 1 is Ash vs Paul. It was a very tough question when people ask which is the best Ash battle in the anime. It was pretty easy up until Sun and Moon when Ash and Kakui came out, It was a simpler answer being Ash and Paul, probably the best rivalry that Ash has ever had. Diamond and Pearl set up his rivalry right at the start of the series, and it only got better and better and deeper into their stories. Paul was the complete opposite of Ash in every single way. He treated his Pokemon badly, he had a training style that was unknown to Ash. The two couldn't see eye to eye on how the other did things. Gary was a jerk to Ash early on, but they did not clash like Paul and Ash did. Gary at least cared about Pokemon deeply and had his Pokemon as his friends. Similar to Ash, Paul was just something else. He released weak Pokemon, refused to train certain Pokemon, and in Chimchar's case he just wanted to get his true power out rather than actually bonding with it. It was all about power to him, and it wasn't always a bad thing. He had his own way of doing things, and it got him quite far in the league, and it made him a formidable trainer. But this battle at the Sinnoh League was an epic conclusion of the two's rivalry. It also really holds up to today's animations. The strategies used were great. It didn't feel like we were just waiting for Infernape to come in and sweep up, because Ash had a really strong Sinnoh team. So everyone did their job, much like Alola, but of course the climax with Infernape was incredible as well, much like the one before it. This battle is truly one for the history books in the Pokemon anime, and might even remain my favourite forever unless they bring in another rival like Paul, but I can't see that happening. So that was my top 10 Ash Ketchum battles from the Pokemon anime. I do really hope you enjoyed. This video was tough to make, so I hope you guys agreed with some of my picks, but let me know what your favourite Ash Ketchum battle was, and don't forget to hashtag the National Ash Ketchum Day in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, please like and subscribe, and see you next time.